Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Tier 8 U.S. heavy cruiser, the Baltimore. Now, my captain skills are going to be Priority Target, Expert Marksman, Superintendent, Advanced Fire Training, and Concealment. My modules are going to be Protect My Main Battery, Longer Lasting Defensive AA Fire, Better Aiming, the Engine Module, and Concealment. As you can tell, this is a little bit of an older replay because there is an event ship in this game. I still kind of take my U.S. Heavy cruisers and spec them a little bit for AA because they're still good AA vessels, which is why most of them I do believe all of them, I do run radar and defensive fire. Now I'm going to play this a little bit, I'm going to play this like a radar cruiser or like I would say like a competition radar cruiser, but really what I'm going to do is try to get in position to where I can utilize my radar and minimize the amount of things that are going to shoot at me, which is just pretty much playing it correctly. But I'm not going to be looking to do most of the damage right away. I'm going to be looking at other things to be to shoot. They have other things shoot at what I radar. If you notice, we are in a carrier game, and I don't know why the Pensacola decided he needed to use his radar. Now we are making a push on towards A. I'm trying to set up at this island right here, because you know most of these guys are going to be coming through here as the DD gets spotted, but most of these guys that are up here that would potentially have shots are really going to be looking up at sea. And you know what, I've got this island I can use to maneuver around depending on how things are looking. Now with the carrier being in the game, you kind of don't want to be sitting still too much. Now, I should have switched to HE after shooting at that guy in case he gets spotted again. I would have had the correct ammo type against the second DD, but as you can see, I have switched. I am kind of doing some turning because something is aiming at me, and we're not exactly sure what it is. The DD is reversing, and I did catch that it was reversing. Now, the other Baltimore in this game is actually driven by somebody who is, for the most part, the clan is full of competent people. So I'm going to have to assume he is competent. I don't run any sort of matchmaking monitor. I'm completely against matchmaking monitor or any of that stuff. But, kind of knowing the good clans helps recognize who are the good ships. As I use my broken radar against the DD that is on by A here. Now this is what I mean. I'm using this island to minimize the thing shooting at me. I took a crack at a cruiser because American shells have better pen angles. It's 1 degree more, but 1 degree is better than 0 degree more. Now, we've lost all 3 of our DDs, as I actually get a really nice salvo with AP on this destroyer. Sorry for my voice cracking. I do have a dry throat right now. But I'm still trying to minimize anything that can shoot at me. Luckily, the Fuso is ignoring me, and instead of pushing into all that mess, I'm going to turn and start kiting. Now, this event ship is actually going to get under my skin a little bit, but the reason I am pushing out this way is because of the position he is in. He's in a good position to repel anything coming into A and really not take any damage or minimize all of his damage. So what I need to do is sneak up behind this guy, and I'm constantly looking at the minimap with my detection, especially with the Fuso, but I noticed the Fuso turned away. Now, I was thinking I was going to catch the Boise out in the open here, which is why I kind of cut my speed, is to deal with the Fuso running away and getting spotted by the Boise. The Fuso is getting harassed by our carrier. And then we see the Richelieu off in the distance. I really have no support that I'm aware of. I see the grass space show up, but really I'm losing my radar range, so there's no reason to, or I thought there was no reason to use it, but you know what, I pop it anyways because you just never know. And we pick up the enemy Baltimore. Now we notice he's going slow, and I aim right at his nose because I know he's going to pick up speed. But this is what I mean by a really good player. Most of these guys don't go full bore when they get spotted like that, because that's what most people expect to do. Is I get some more nice juicy citadels. Gonna take some shots in on the Grass Bay, but as we can see, our Nelson's just, he's going in and he's going ham. Or he's going to go ham. Or, you know, he's going to go in and he's going to go in deep. I wouldn't say he hasn't gone ham yet. But, like all my other Nelson videos, the guys can go right through his bow without an issue. So, he's got to be a little bit smart. Now, this is what I mean by that. That Boise still, like, he's in a really good spot with where everyone else is. Luckily, it looks like our Nelson understands he has AP, and they're, you know, it's extremely powerful AP. Now, I'm not shooting because I want to sneak up on this Boise. I want to catch him off guard. We do have 2 caps to their 1, and for the most part, the remainder of their fleet is down here, except for the carrier is going to be like, you know, J8, you know, behind the island, where, you know, you would expect the carrier to be hidden instead of behind with these guys. Now I shoot right at the boiler room of the Boise, and I'm not rewarded at all. 4 overpens. I noticed he's going forward. This gentleman's wise enough to realize that I'm close enough to where his AP is going to actually do work for him. As I get a nice 7,000 salvo, but I have bigger caliber guns than he does. They get the same bonus as far as like pen angle, but I have 203s to where he has like 152s, 155s, but I mean, my guns are bigger. Now I was trying to aim for his guns to maybe knock out his front guns and give myself the advantage here. I intentionally beach so I don't accidentally go out in front of everybody. There's also the Ganais coming up this way. I'm still aiming for his guns. I'm going to realize that this is going to be futile at some point, hopefully, and switch to AG. But I'm still getting some pretty good solid damage on this guy, even with the AP. It's at this point I notice that he's actually turning to try to get all of his guns to bear because he finally wised up and went to AG, and I managed to finish him off as our carrier manages to kill the battleship and potentially save me. Now, time to go up against the Richelieu. You know what, I still got the AP loaded. I'm like, at this point, I was like, it's more of a curious thing as far as what this AP can do. I popped my radar to maybe catch this Baltimore because I wanted to know where he was prior to me coming out to hopefully not get blasted by his AP. But like I said, right now, this was just science for me as far as what my AP can do to bow and target. I would have been better off with HE, But luckily, I do have the AP loaded. Thank you, Science. Is we're going to catch the Baltimore broadside as he's turning in, as they do a nice 4,000 damage. See the Baltimore, take a shot in at him. Switch to the HE because, you know, these guys are both bow in. Oh, sorry for the sniffle. And, you know, I had enough of the Science not working. Notice the Baltimore. The Baltimore has to be the shot with the rear turret. I was hoping I was going to be able to finish him off. I loaded the AP to see if I could potentially Citadel this guy or do more damage. Because, you know what, we were driving broadside. As Leander manages to finish him off. Now, I know the Richelieu isn't looking at me, and I aim at his nose to hopefully do some damage there, but I do believe it, I get a little bit more bounce than I wanted to. When I switched to the HE, and I'm not too worried about showing broadside because there's, you know, our Massachusetts there, which is keeping most of this Richelieu's attention. And I knew that this is what the guy was going to be focusing on. Neither one of these guys' turrets can actually turn fast enough. So the Richelieu's doing the turn of death, while the Massachusetts is playing it right, doing the drive-by, just going straight. The Richelieu now is going to aim at me. Now, I turned in to avoid his shells, and then I was kind of hoping to clip the enemy ship so he couldn't hit me. As I do finally get the final shots in on the Richelieu, accidentally run into the Massachusetts. I apologize to him for it. But that's usually how I play most of my radar cruisers. Early game, I stay hidden, let other people do the damage, and then when I see it's time to push, I make the push. And especially late game is when I come out and just start pew-pewing everything, maximizing my health advantage and my gun strength to my advantage, especially for the light cruisers. Rate of fire with these, just the raw damage. But that's going to be all of the damage I do. We are not going to get to the carrier in time to do any damage to him. So now, guys, we are just going to check out the post-battle results. I do hope you guys enjoyed this replay, and in case you guys did not know, we do finally have a Twitter that Sneaky and myself are taking care of. I'm new to Twitter, so I don't understand how half that stuff works, especially like the hashtag stuff. So I'm learning, but a link down below to our Twitter will be there, along with a link to all of our favorite streamers in the description down below. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us, and guess what? That email is down in the description. I know, everything's in the description, except for your lovely comments. That's in the comment section. Yay, comment section. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment in the lovely comment section. And have yourselves one heck of a great day.